neck. Okay? Now, this is extremely important, guys. When it gets to the chest right here, the skin is very tight. This is the muscle. You've got to have paper thin. You can only be going through the skin. So make sure your probe gets up and you pull up, so that all you're doing is going through the skin. You're not picking up any of the muscles. Because these are all the muscles you're going to have to learn. The muscle, and just pull up on the skin.
What? Oh, like while it turned orange for a second.
Failed.
That's where they cut in, so you have the intestine.
Oh, okay.
For the thinner cat, you should just have this nice little layer of fat.
Ours is
Okay?
huge.
Really fat.
For the bigger cat, you might be there for a while. Okay?
Great.
But if you get this off, and if you see, you just pull, and if it comes off easy, then you know, and it's just white, then you can get that off. And if you get it off, then you can see the muscles underneath a little bit better. So this is where just 2 or 3 of you start picking at it and getting all this stuff off. All right? Now, down here, this one isn't going to be as easy because it kind of cut right along it. If you see any of this kind of grayish or greenish or dark, that's just coagulated blood.
Ew, coagulated.
It means when it's dried up. Kind of a muscle going over it here, and there's a muscle going over it here. Those are the obliques. You have an internal and external. So right now you're seeing the external. When we cut it, you'll see one right underneath it. That's the internal. Okay? Now this one isn't quite as good, but a lot of them you'll see a white line. You can kind of see it right here. It goes right down the rectus abdominis. That's the linea alba, like a line. Okay? So you need to know the rectus abdominis, the obliques, the linea alba. Then up here, when you get this cleaned up, there's going to be 2 muscles. They're going to look like a V. Okay, you can kind of see the edge of it right here. That's the xiphi humerales. It goes from the xiphoid process all the way up to the humerales. That's the only one that the cat has that we don't. And that's why they can land on their feet, because they turn their chest. The chest follows, the arms follow, the hips follow, then they can land on their feet. Okay? Then, once you get this cleaned up, you're going to have the pectoralis major and the pectoralis minor. Now, for us, when they named it, our pectoralis major is bigger than the minor. But in the cat, the minor goes from right here, the major is only up here. So it's going to be backwards in the sense of size. Okay? But there's also a pecto-antebrachialis. Can you kind of see how there's a line right here? You can see there's a difference. There's one that goes this way and then the angle goes that way. It's kind of how you have to do it. You just kind of pick at it a little bit. You can find the opening of the muscle. And once you do that, you have a probe. Okay. Once you get underneath it, if you pull up, you can kind of see where the actual muscle is. And just kind of pick at it, get the fibers. And then it will ultimately separate out for you. It goes from the pecto-ante to the brachialis. So just, to me, it looks like a rubber band. It's just like the rubber band that goes across here. You'll find another one the exact same size over here. So you have the xiphi humerales. After they take this off a little bit, I'll be able to find it better. Xiphi humerales here, pectoralis minor, pectoralis major, pecto-antebrachialis. Then you're going to do the sternomastoids. The sternomastoids are the ones that come up here. They kind of tore one side. Then kind of dig a little bit. Remember the trachea that you found on the mink? So you can get to the cat. Remember it looked like the straw? Clean that up a little. There it is. Okay. Then the clavobrachialis. It's the one right on top, the clavicle. So if you open this up a little bit more, if I put a pin right on top, that's the clavobrachialis. Okay?
That was hard. Recording. Oh, flick it on. Oh, can't take the thought out. Yeah, you have it. Fat picking time. You guys are enjoying this way too much. Oh, but the hole goes through. This little pin goes through and it hurts me. And it hurts me. It hurts me. It hurts me. Oh, ready? Pull together. Oh. Ew. Can I not film it?
No, I'm not eating meat. Like, until this thing's over.
You don't eat that?
I always forget other meat. There's like a pile of fat. Okay. Extra Puma the first.
You know, my dog hates dogs when they're fat, and then when it's yours, it sounds like a cat. And it goes, meow. I'm like, oh my god.
Meow.
Stop, can't get the crap off of my... I got more of it! It was shivering! So bad for me. You imagine all of it snap?
Where is
Whatever, Dr. A-Bear.
Dr. A-Bear?
I came up with a character. His name is Dr. Mr. Monaco. Sir Dr. Mr. Monaco to you.
He just wants to say that.
No, I really did come up with a character named Sir Dr. Mr. Monaco.
Oh my god, Kaylin, what's that smell? It smells like Up Dog.
What up, Doc? What the hell is Up Dog?
What's Up Dog?
What is Up Dog?
Nothing, just like what you say for people to say, what's up, dog? No sense of humor.
I know, I'm not going to look at you, man. No,
Well, this is that. I think we pulled a little too far. Rubber band.
Apparently it's easy to do with your head.
There's latissimus dorsi. You're going to have to separate that from the skin. Okay, just kind of go get underneath it. Separate it. So have a nice little flap. Remember on the mink, you saw the mink? Now this side, because it's kind of rolled over a little bit, there's the beginning of it right there. See it?
Shine itself. So bad.
Here. You see how this is supposed to be attached? Should be attached there. But you see how there's a natural separation right there?
Yeah.
The way you kind of do muscles is look at the grain. You can see the grain going this way, then all of a sudden this one's going on an opposite tangent.
Yeah.
So you kind of find where the opening is, and then separate. There it is. Okay, so here's your xiphi humoralis. It goes from the xiphoid process all the way up to the humerus. Okay, you can dissect this one out. It's just going to be flapping. Okay, it's just not going to be attached, but you can see where the separation is. Okay.
Oh, look at that. I just loosened them.
Can you see that there's a separation here? You've got like one that goes across and the ones are going up. One goes across and these are going up. That's the pecto antebrachialis. So again, you got to get underneath it. And then voila. The best thing to do is kind of pull up and then just kind of pick at it. Sometimes at the end of this, just kind of pick. And then it'll separate out. Okay, so you've got the rectus abdominis, the external obliques. You kind of cut your linea alba, but if you get the fat off of here, you might see the bottom of the linea alba. It's almost a white line. Okay, xiphi humoralis, pecto antebrachialis, pectoralis major, pectoralis minor. Then you got to open up this. You got the sternomastoids. And then open this up so you can get your trachea. Ooh, your hyoboin's right there. See how there's a bump there? Got it. There it is.
How do you pronounce that? What is it?
Xiphi humoralis. There's the trachea, and then the hyoboin. You can feel a little bump there. Okay.
Wait, no.